Originally, I was gonna make this vid about my high school memories, but I decided to add some middle school ones as well, mainly because I just remember some more shit. My high school was something else. Majority of my classmates were wild, and here are a few of the wildest things that I can remember that happened. My sophomore year, we had an English teacher, and this man was hot, like Captain America hot. And I don't like guys with beards, but even I found him attractive. He was fucking hot. Anyways, halfway through the year, out of nowhere, he got sick, like food poisoning sick for a couple of days. Then he started not showing up. We never knew what happened to him after that. He just never showed up again. I looked him up a few years later. It turns out he's selling 401k or insurance or something like that to seniors. This is a mild story. Promise bears one, but like just wild that he just I don't know where got sick and then never came back. Something else probably fucking happened. That same year, there was a rumor that one kid in my class smeared his own poop all over the boys' bathroom and live streamed it on Facebook. Never knew if that was real or not, but working as a custodian now, I can tell you some kids really are that gross, and he probably fucking did do that. And yet he still has like three fucking kids at like the end of high school. The principal had a fake Facebook account to friend the students and kind of spy on us. That was another rumor, can't confirm that either, but I do know that one time we had a lockdown because someone allegedly said something about shooting the school or a bomb. Obviously, nothing happened, but we are in lockdown for like about an hour or two ish, and I just spent most of it watching anime. I was just watching free on the school computers, waiting for them to tell us to go home. In junior year, we had a class called Seminar to help us with ACT and college applications and shit. Well, fact about the teacher we had, he was in a metal band in college, and you can see the video on YouTube. Just pull it up. I honestly think if this teacher wasn't such a bitch about me doing presentations, I would have liked him. I wasn't diagnosed with social anxiety until I was 19. You cannot just get over it. It is not the same. You and me are not the same, sir. Okay? Senior year, there was a new kid, and he was a quiet guy, but like a week into the year, he threw this massive party. He became essentially like popular overnight, like in the movies. I was not at the party, but he did invite everyone from what I heard. I'm imagining a movie like high school party movie shit. He was no longer quiet after that. It was just wild that that actually did happen in real life, because that usually fucking doesn't. I think middle school felt more like a fever dream than high school did, but that could all be from everyone being a preteen. Also, some children are just scary in general. It was just different. In middle school, I would take the bus to and from school. Sometimes things would happen that are crazy for a 12 to 14-year-old. We had a bus monitor to take attendance when loading the bus, and sometimes she would stay on the bus the whole bus ride to make sure we behave. One time, she didn't stay on the bus, but she did take attendance before leaving. Somehow, my friend snuck onto the bus and hid underneath the seat until she left. Like in the movies or TV shows, our school bus would pick us up from my elementary school to my middle school and just drop us off and pick us up from from both of those locations. We never stopped at somebody's house to pick them up or anything. I know the story doesn't sound as crazy, but our bus monitor was super strict. Everybody hated her. And I was scared she was going to make us all get off the bus to check it, because sometimes she would do that. She would make us all get off and we take attendance because some people would not be on the bus schedule. On our way to school, a girl was passing out this communion jelly things. In my 13-year-old mind, I thought the kids were taking it, were like getting drunk on wine at 7 a.m. On the bus. Obviously, that was not the case, but I wonder if anyone else was thinking the same thing. But it was like so weird that you just have this and you're just passing it out to me. We never had the same bus driver. It was always someone different. I think it was more of who's available kind of thing. Once they had who I'm assuming was a new guy straight from training to drivers or some shit. He did not know our route and we just ended up somehow on the highway towards Indiana. Luckily, some kids on the bus helped them get back to the correct route. They're using like their phones and shit. But it was still pretty fucking scary if you think about it. But like, shouldn't he have had the route or someone tell him the route? What if he wasn't the fucking bus driver? There was also the time a car did a small hit and run against our bus. We were like 3 blocks away from the stop our parents would pick us up from, which was my old elementary school. A random car kind of hit the side of the bus, and I guess protocol, even if it's a small one, tells the bus driver to just pull over or something and just call someone. She said we have to walk towards our stop. It didn't register to most of us of what that's what was happening. We were told by those sitting in the front and other kids and the bus driver kind of, and it was luckily their stop wasn't so far away that we could just walk it. During the beginning of each class in middle school, we answered a random question that corresponds to our class. We usually called it a bell ringer because it was after the bell rings. During my homeroom in 7th grade, our teacher decided to put music on while we did the bell ringer. We got to like vote on the song. By submitting them in a note, out of all the songs that were submitted, she chose Pumped Up Kicks by Foster the People. Mind you, she looked up these songs to make sure they were school appropriate, but she mostly did like the lyrics versions and like the first 2 minutes of the song. If you don't know, Pumped Up Kicks is about a school shooter. Middle school me did not know that, but my teacher didn't realize what the lyrics said somehow. Dude, we listened to that song for the whole fucking year. You can listen to the song and you can gather what it's about. How did she not know? Or did she just think everyone was dumb like me? But like for a whole year, we listened to it at like 8 or 9 in the morning while we did our little like bell ringer question, whatever the fuck. It says in the lyrics, oh my god. In middle school, we didn't have a permanent art teacher because the kids, mainly the boys, decided to harass our original art teacher. They found his Facebook and saw pictures of his wife and started making fun of him for being with her, and somehow she looked. They found out how she looked. I'm sorry. And during class, and he was like a tall, skinny guy. From what I heard, she was on like a heavier side, and the guys mocked him for it. And there was probably more stuff they did going up, but after that, like he just up and quit. He was there for like a month, and he left. So we got like non-ending subs for the rest of the year because of that. I never saw pictures of his wife, but who the fuck cares? He loved her, and a dumbass 14-year-old wants to say horrible shit to somebody they don't even fucking know and just bully the shit out of them that he doesn't feel safe there. Like, what is wrong with you guys? America does not have the best sex ed class available. You want to know what I got in both high school and middle school? I got the same lady that showed like the 10 slides of STDs, whatever, and told us a story about how she didn't kiss her husband until their wedding day, and she was a virgin until then, but her husband wasn't a virgin, and when they met, and they saved their first kiss until their wedding day. They also gave us some worksheets to do about like what we learned and shit, but it wasn't much. That was it for all of our class. It lasted like 2 weeks at most, and yet they wonder why there were so many teen pregnancies during school. Like that's not even discussing anything else. It was just discussing STDs and abstinence. Honorable mentions. One time while we were going home, a girl joked that her leg was stuck in the railing of the stairs. Then it actually got stuck, and the fire department had to cut the railing to get her out. Once in math class, we were taking a test, and I only had graph paper and like colored pencils because I forgot shit at my locker all a lot in middle school. I think we had like 2 minutes instead of the regular five, but the classes were like far fucking away. Instead of the teacher asking me, giving me a pencil and some paper, like quietly or putting me to the side, she loudly said in front of the class, "Does anyone have paper and the pencil the cat can use?" Like, bruh, that was so fucking embarrassing. Like, you did not have to do that shit. My high school didn't have a gym, so we either used the Planet Fitness across the street or the old people's home's yard down the block. You have to walk every day. One day we had like a day where you could either walk or play like a frisbee game. A classmate threw a frisbee and it hit like one of the girls that would choose like walking instead of actually doing shit, and it ended up the frisbee hit ended up hitting her finger and she was bleeding, and she said he broke her finger and yelled at him, but he didn't throw it at her necessarily. It was just like an accident, like wrong place, wrong time. He just accidentally hit her. But it was just wild that a frisbee would like just randomly hurt her. That's what I can remember for the most part. I do not have a good memory. I obviously also left out the cringy stuff I did back then. Because you do not need to know that.